Welcome to Wine Time.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Heather.
Where two moms will pour a drink and tell you stories
Or complain
about moms. This is
Wine Time. The good,
the badass,
and the crime.
Time of my life. Got you.
Song's been in my head all day. All day.
All day. I like
all
it.
day.
It's a good song.
It is. It's a very good song. You know what other song, it's funny because you mentioned it, has been stuck in my head is Bluey, because we found this Bluey book at Barnes & Noble, and Evie wanted it, and then so we've been watching a lot of Bluey lately, and Evie's she started this new dance class that she goes to on Saturday mornings, and they have like an extended version of the like da 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 da, and it's like an extended version. It goes on for like a couple minutes, and they like sit there and they dance with it. It is so cute, and I'm like really, really tempted to just find that extended version so that I can listen to it on the reg, because that song is so catchy.
It's a good one. I don't even know what you're talking about. It's on in the
The
background
Bluey,
right now
like the
because one of
Bluey
the girls
theme
here
song?
was watching it.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I've maybe seen one episode of
You
that
have to
ever,
watch
and
Bluey.
It was because I saw the one that I saw. I loved. It was
Yeah.
one where like the dad got like hypnotized by the xylophone, and then he has to
Yeah.
do whatever they tell him to do.
Yeah,
and it's the cutest little
yeah.
thing.
I'm
So
telling
cute.
you, it is legit good. Zach and I will straight up watch that show after the girls are asleep because it's really good. And like parts of it too,
so
like
funny.
no joke, parts of it are like super sad. There's really, and so it has to, it definitely is parents writing this show, because like parts of it like they get into, and it's so funny, it's so good, I love it so much. And yes, highly recommend Bluey for sure.
Nice. I love it. I love it. So I will tell you right now, my daughter's school district, yesterday I kept her home because she was not feeling 100%. And so I kept her home. And then midday, I'm on Facebook and on her PTO page, and it says they're shutting school down until next Wednesday because apparently everyone is sick. And then they come up with the official like update or something like that, and there were over 500 call outs in my daughter's district. Yeah, so it like hit every single person. And it makes
That's
sense because it's one of
crazy.
those things where it's like you think about the effects of exhaustion and sugar put together.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
instantly
Yeah.
you're sick.
100%.
You know? And so we just had Halloween. We just had
Right.
go.
Exactly.
Immune systems are down. Mm-hmm. It makes so much sense. But yeah, 500 call outs. And I was like, holy cannoli.
insane.
So with that said, I have one of my friend's daughter over here. Well, I have two of my friend's daughter over here. My friend and then my neighbor's daughter are both over here right now.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully you guys can't hear all of the commotion in the background because I can. But yesterday when one of them had texted me, she's like, is there any way that you would be able to have Hadley tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, of course, absolutely. Are you sure? Type thing. And I'm just like, yeah, because I've been there.
Right.
I've been there. And this is the first
100%.
time I am not stressing. I am not stressing about it. And then I'm off next week. Or not off. They're off next week. I have orientation for my new job on Monday. So I'm like, shit.
Right.
Like,
oh, yeah.
I
What are you gonna
texted
do?
the director.
Yeah.
Well, I texted the director. And I said, this is the situation. I know I'm coming in to sign papers and I have to do orientation. Can I bring her? And they say, yeah, bring her. I was like, oh my God. It's just like the
got
biggest
chills.
blessing. Like, just like,
I just
yeah,
got
I'm like, oh my God.
Oh,
The weight
that makes
off
me
of my
so
shoulders.
happy for you, Rachel, because we literally were just talking about this on the Moms and Dads episode, where it's just like, this. Oh my God, that just makes me so happy.
Yeah,
I literally got goosebumps
Yeah.
when you told me that.
Yay! So it's awesome. And the fact that, because I was like, I've been there, like, yes, I will absolutely, whoever needs me to have their kids, like, I've been in this boat for so long, and this is the first time that I'm not in it. And then it was funny that, like, the first day that I'm scheduled to do something paid for the job that I'm getting, I'm like, hey, but there's this.
Mom life, man. Mom freaking life. Yeah. But that's the other thing. So that's the thing about working. I mean, where you're working is people understand what it's like to have kids. Like, they truly understand what it's like to have kids. And that's one thing that I find a very big blessing as well, is, like, the job I had when I had Evie was not very understanding of people with kids, and the job I have now, like, everybody has kids, young kids, so, like, they understand, like, okay, yeah, there's days where, you know, shit hits the fan and you're just not gonna be like available, and they don't judge you for it. They definitely don't, like, you know, reprimand you for it, and it's amazing. It's beyond amazing, and I'm just so happy that you're now in a situation like that, because it is just something that makes such a huge difference in your day-to-day.
Yeah. Just the fact that I was able to, like, be like, oh my gosh, I don't even have to worry about that. Like, this is just, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I mean, you have to show up to every job, so eventually, like, call outs and stuff, still a problem. Right. It is what it is. But, like, not in the sense of, like, the negativity from the negativity.
Exactly. Know what I mean? So, exactly. 100%. 100%.
Unnecessary.
Yay.
Yeah. You shouldn't feel bad about choosing your family.
Exactly.
And picking your family. Exactly. And taking care of your family. So that's how that goes. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. I've got 3 kiddos here, and I've just been
Yep, we're both in that, because I was supposed to have someone here today to help with Tempe, so that, and, you know, I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it, let's record today, but then plans fell through, and because of sickness, and so now she is in the other room taking a nap, so there is a definite possibility that all of a sudden she will wake up and we will have to we might have to have a part 2 of this whole thing. It's fine.
That's all right. We'll do what we can.
And we'll do what we do best, which is, you know, figure it out. We figure it out.
Figure it out. Yeah, go with your flow. That's mom life. Is practically podcast life. That's how we do it.
Awesome.
But I am excited to hear, because I know you texted me saying, I hope you didn't know. And I will say, when I saw the title, I don't think I know.
Oh my God, that makes me so excited. So
Doesn't look familiar.
This story, I actually heard this story a while back on a podcast. I want to say it was My Favorite Murder. So I heard the story a while back, a couple years ago. And then when I was looking up more info for it, like more research for it, they actually just came out with a Lifetime movie about it. So when I was looking things up, it actually worked out, because there was like a lot of articles that were kind of like recapping it because of the movie that had come out. I think it was at like in October, so literally just last month. So you don't think you've heard it before?
I don't think so. I was going to say, before you jump in, I think we have a ritual of you need to tell me if you have a drink in your hand.
Oh, well, I do. I swear,
sorry,
I have had
give it to me, baby.
A sore throat. You've been going on 3 weeks. Like 3 weeks, I've been having. And so I'm drinking hot tea, because my throat. I'm really scared I have like tonsillitis or something like that, because is like, but like it's kind of off and on, because like it'll feel better for like a few days, and then all of a sudden it'll hurt again. And I wonder if it's just like back to back like illnesses, because I mean these girls are bringing home insane amount of sicknesses right now. Everything. And so I wouldn't be surprised if it's just like back-to-back stuff. And like Tempe, she's currently getting over an ear infection. Like it's a mess. But I'm like super scared, because like this has been so ongoing. I don't think I've ever had a sore throat that's lasted this long. So I'm just drinking tea.
Yeah, I mean, do what you gotta do.
Do what I gotta do. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking an off-brand Coke. The end. I just stuck my hand in the fridge and I grabbed something. Like, I'm not going to drink. I have these kids here. But yeah, I'm like, it's just the off-brand Coca-Cola.
As long as it does the trick.
Sam's Club.
Sam's Club.
Yeah,
Do it.
It's just a drink to cheers you on this
Let's
podcast
cheers
of
on
ours. Yes.
getting back to some of our crime roots. Clink, clink.
Yes.
Because I'm excited.
Clink, clink.
Clink, clink.
I love it.
Oh, my baby's crying. Hold on. Let me see if she's going to go back to sleep.
You could go if you need.
Hold on. Yeah. We've got Tempe. We've got Benny.
I love it.
Okay. That's yours. That's for you. That's your stick. Okay. So if you hear Tempe in the background banging her little stick thing and eating her puffs, you just have to enjoy.
She stared at you like, I'll do it.
Okay. Okay. So I'm really excited because I don't think you've heard this story before, which I find crazy because you know like every freaking story. So I'm really excited to tell you all about Cari Farver.
Yeah, I'm excited. You said I know, like, sometimes I know stuff, sometimes I don't or whatever, but it's like, that name does not sound familiar, but sometimes I just forget the name. So we'll see.
Good. Yeah, you might, like, as soon as, like, I start telling it, you might be like, oh, yeah, I know what this one is. So, this is Cari Farver. I think it's Cari, not Kari, but it's spelled C-A-R-I, but I'm just going to call it Cari, so. Okay, so before I get into, like, the actual, like, what's going on, I want to tell you the people who are involved, just so we can keep them straight. So there's Cari, obviously. She is a single mom. She has a teenage son named Max, and she works as a computer programmer. There is Dave, I think it's Krupa, and he starts seeing Cari. He's recently split from his like long time baby mama, who he has 2 kids with. Okay, there's Amy Flora, who is Dave's baby mama, who they recently broke up. And then there's Liz Golyar, another single mother who Dave is also casually seeing that he met online dating. Okay, so it's 2012. So this is not super recent, but more recent. Okay, and like I said, so Dave has... Thank you, Tempe. Can you hear Tempe?
Yeah.
Okay. 2012, Dave recently split from his baby mama, Amy, and he decides to try online dating. So he pretty soon meets Liz Golyar, and they start seeing each other. But from the beginning, Dave tells Liz, like, hey, look, you know, I recently split from a long-term relationship. I'm not interested in anything serious. Like, I'm trying to keep things casual. And Liz is like, yeah, sure, me too. Like, totally get it. Is that so distracting, or is it not bad?
No, not for me. I don't know what it sounds like
okay,
in the background, but not
no,
for me.
it's fine. Like, I can tune it out.
Yeah.
But, okay. All right. So, fast forward a few months, Dave and Liz, they're still casually seeing each other, and Dave meets Cari. So he starts, you know, he asks her out, and from the beginning, kind of like he did with Liz, he's like, I'm not looking for anything serious or exclusive. And like Liz, Cari is like, okay, for sure. So, like, they're all, like, single parents. They're all getting out into the dating world.
Right.
And they're just, you know, kind of seeing each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it was, from what I can tell from, like, the stories that I read online, I think it was actually their first date. Or one of their very first. So, like, it was really early on in the relationship. Cari is at Dave's apartment. And as she's getting ready to leave, Liz shows up. Unannounced, like, Dave didn't know Liz was going to be there, but she stops by to pick up, like, some of the stuff that she had left there. And so Cari and Liz see each other, but they didn't really, like, interact. They didn't have, like, a scuffle or anything like that. It was just, like, in passing. Really quick thing. Okay. So it's now November 2012, Cari is still really early on when Dave and Cari are seeing each other, but Cari is actually spending a few nights at Dave's apartment because his apartment is a lot closer to her office, and she has a big project for work. She's spending a few nights there so she can be closer to her office. So it's the morning of November 13th, 2012.
Okay.
Cari leaves Dave's apartment to go to her office to go to work. A few hours later, a few hours after she leaves Dave's apartment, he gets a text from Cari saying, hey, we should move in together.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, what? Confused because they had talked about keeping it casual,
right,
it not being anything serious. And so he's like, no. And she replies back and goes off. And she's like, I hate you. I'm seeing someone else. Basically saying, like, screw you. I don't want to see you anymore. Okay? And this is the start of a bunch of crazy messages, text messages, emails that go on for 2 to 3 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So Dave does not see Cari again. But these text messages and these emails, they start rolling in.
Right.
And they keep on coming. And Dave is actually like, oh, dang, like, I think I dodged a bullet.
Seriously.
Because I didn't get too involved. Yeah, like,
right.
I didn't get too involved with this lady. Like, this is getting kind of crazy. Along with all of the texts and emails that Dave is getting, Cari's mom and her 15-year-old son also start getting texts from Cari saying, I moved out of state for a job and that she's going to make plans to come get her son and bring him with her. Okay. The mom thinks this is obviously weird, tries to call Cari, but Cari doesn't actually pick up the phone. So this whole time, no one's actually laid eyes on her since November 13th. But everybody's getting these messages. Everybody's getting these emails and text messages. Some of the texts that Dave is getting are kind of like threatening texts, like, I hate you so much. I want to drive a knife in your heart. And some of them are like, yeah, like, no, thank you. Some of them are kind of like stalkery. I can see you. You're wearing this and that. And I know I can see you in your apartment doing this or that. Like, she's got eyes on him. Okay. And then some of the messages that Dave is getting also mention Liz, the other woman that he was casually seeing. Saying like, Liz is a whore, you shouldn't be with her, and even threatening to kidnap Liz. Okay?
What the hell?
So during this time, Liz, the other woman that he was casually seeing, and Amy, his baby mama, are also starting to get texts and messages and weird stuff from Cari.
Bitches be crazy.
Bitches be crazy. So all these messages are coming in, but like I said, no one's actually seen Cari. So she starts actually missing family events. So she misses birthdays, including like her son's birthday. She misses weddings. Yeah. She even misses her dad's funeral.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like now it's really starting to seem extra sketchy because, you know, she had made plans. Yeah, she had made plans to come pick up her son, but she never showed. And people are like, okay, there is definitely something wrong here. And Cari's mom reports her missing to authorities. And when they try to contact her, they get replies back from her. They don't talk to her on the phone, but they do get, I think it was like a text message that says like, I'm fine, leave me alone type of thing. When the authorities were looking at her or looking for her. And then this is the part that really kind of is frustrating, right? Is that they find out, I think Cari's mom told them, that Cari had previously been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. But Cari's mom assured them, like, she's in a very good place. She's got her job. She's got her family. She's very stable. Cari's mom is like, that has nothing to do with what's going on right now. But probably because of this previous diagnosis, the cops kind of start to write it off, and they don't really pay much attention to it, and they just assume, okay, she's probably off her meds, and she's going through something.
Right.
So people are still getting messages. No one's actually seen Cari. Despite her mom filing this missing persons report, the cops aren't looking into it. The only thing that's happening is these messages keep on coming. And apparently at one point, and this one is kind of sad, Cari's son actually messages her on Facebook, and someone actually replies to him, but he isn't sure that it's his mom, right? And so he asks three really personal questions that only Cari would know, and he doesn't get a response.
Right. Oh no.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're in
so
January.
Smart on his end, but it's
I know.
Oh, God.
But also heart-wrenching, right? Because you're really not sure what's going on, and then when you don't get the response, I'm sure your mind just immediately goes to okay, something bad is going on. Okay, so it's January 2013. So this is a couple months after the last time anyone's seen Cari in person. Dave reports that Cari's car is actually parked at his apartment complex. So the police go, they search it, they don't find anything except for a fingerprint that they don't have a match to. And so then nothing else happens. The only thing still is these messages and these emails that are still coming through. So at this point, Dave and Liz, the other woman he had been seeing, actually start to kind of rekindle their relationship because they're bonding over the fact that they are getting these crazy text messages, threatening messages, all this crazy stuff from Cari. Okay? And I guess it would happen where the two of them would be hanging out, and all of a sudden, both their phones would start blowing up with messages from Cari while they were together.
While they were together?
While they were together. Both their phones would just start, having texts.
She scared me.
You guys, right then, Rachel's dog pops up and then kind of nuzzles her arm, and Rachel freaked out so bad.
I thought I had to fight. I knew it was her, but I was like, stop, dude.
That's so funny.
So crazy.
Oh my god. Okay.
She's cute though, so I can't
It was cute. Okay. So, so now we're in August.
Yes, Tempe, you saw a dog. Oh, the baby.
Okay. So now we're in August 20th.
Oh, hold on, August. I poured something in my cup.
What'd you pour? You're like, I ain't got these kids no more.
I already feel it. Holy cannoli. That's the stress of my day. I poured. It's the flavor. Hey, Tempe, listen. You can't hear me. The flavor is praline. Pecan praline. Bird dog. It's pecan praline whiskey. And I poured it in my Coke.
That sounds so good, though. I literally just had praline pecan ice cream, and it's my favorite.
It's one of my favorites. So mint chocolate chip's my favorite, but pecan praline is
right there.
Contender.
Heck yes.
But this is good.
Nice.
Probably
I'm glad.
it already because I'm like,
good, because this is perfect timing because we're about to get into the crazy stuff. If you didn't think
I already
it was
feel like
already
she's
crazy.
Someone's yeah.
You can kind of see where this is going, right? Okay.
Well, I think I know. Unless it's another psycho bitch that I heard about, but there's a lot of them out there.
There's a lot of psycho bitches out there.
Yeah. Nami?
Tempe agrees. So, we're now in August 2013. So this is 9 months. 9 months after anyone has seen Cari in person. And the only thing are these text messages. Liz's house is set on fire. And she calls Dave. Yeah. Liz's house is set on fire. She calls Dave. She's like, Dave, my house is on fire. Dave gets a text from Cari saying, I'm not lying. I set that nasty whore's house on fire. I hope the whore and her kids die in it. Luckily, no kids died, but there was a bunch of pets still in the house. Like I think cat, dog, snake.
Oh my god.
Some pets in the house. And they did not make it out of the fire.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. So
you don't brush over that? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Oh, hell no.
I know.
Oy.
So things just keep getting crazier. So finally, though, in 2015, it takes him like 2 years, basically. Like 3 years. Dave changes his number and he moves. And he's like, I'm not doing this anymore. No. And so at that point, like he stops seeing Liz as much because he moves away. But it's not until 2015 that authorities actually start really digging into the case. Okay, so there's 2 detectives that take this case on, and what they do is one of them starts working it like, okay, we're going to say that Cari is alive. And the other detective starts working it, okay, I'm going to work the case like she's not alive.
Well, I was going to say, so far, they think that she's just a missing, like, not missing. She legit just took off. She ran off. She's somewhere doing her own thing. She needed her time. So that's why it took 3 years. Yes,
because for the last 2 to 3 years, these messages have been coming in, and with authorities thinking, okay, she's bipolar, she was previously diagnosed with this, like she's off her meds. This whole time, they're kind of just thinking she's just disappeared, like she's just kind of walked away from this life, okay? Except for all the crazy messages that are still coming in. But in 2015, they start working their case, and eventually they come to the conclusion that they don't think that she is alive because she hasn't touched her checking account since she went missing.
Yeah, how do you
live, right? Like, how are you...
And there's money in there?
And there's money in there. It's not just, she didn't have any money. She had money in her checking account.
It's not like my bank account.
So, what they start doing is they start looking into the messages that are being sent to Liz because they think it's weird that she should be getting messages from Cari because seemingly they didn't know each other. All they had was that one random run-in. And, I mean, how much would they really know about each other? They're both casually seeing Dave, but both casually. So they think it's weird that Cari would have focused her attention on Liz. So they start looking into Liz and kind of digging into why she would be getting the text messages. And around the same time that they're starting to look into this, Liz actually goes to authorities and says that Amy, Dave's baby mama, has been harassing her.
Oh, has she?
Mm-hmm. And she thinks...
Oh, has she, though?
Your face?
Because I can't stand girls.
So she tells them, I think it's been Amy all these years who's been messaging me and Dave and harassing us, okay? At one point, Liz also makes a 911 call saying that she's been shot in the leg and she thinks it's Amy who did it.
Was she shot in the leg?
She was actually shot in the leg. She was out for like a walk and she gets shot in the leg, and she said she didn't get a clear view of the person or whatever, but she thinks it was Amy, Dave's baby mama. What detectives start doing is they start working more with Liz. They start talking to her, and they're digging into the digital evidence, and they actually ask, like, hey, can we have your phone? Can we download the info on your phone so we can get all of the messages and stuff that Amy has supposedly been sending you? And during the investigation, during this time, too, they also ask Liz, they say, do you have any more information on Amy? Because they said, look, if we're going to arrest her for Cari, if we're going to arrest her for all the harassment that's happening to you, we need certain information. And she's like, yeah, I'll get that for you. Like, I'll try to talk to her. I'll send you what I have. Okay. And she comes back with emails that are from Amy where Amy is basically confessing to the murder of Cari, saying, like, I killed her, this is how I did it, this is what I used, etc., etc. Right. So little does Liz know, okay, that all of this, since the investigators started up looking into the case again, they suspected Liz. They thought it was her.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, what's happening here? Come on, say something.
Okay, so
It's not that hard.
Yeah. So, like I said, they thought it was weird that Cari would have targeted Liz in the first place. So when they started looking into her, including the digital evidence, they actually already had info from her phone that they'd had for 2 years.
That's crazy.
Because back in 2013, investigators had downloaded data from Dave's phone and from Liz's phone, and for 2 years, they didn't do anything with it. And then they finally got an analyst to look through the digital data, and they find photos of Cari's car, and they find 20 to 30 fake email accounts, all with different versions of, like, Cari's name. And they also find a picture that had been previously sent to Dave of a woman tied up in the trunk of a car, and they confirmed that the picture was taken on Liz's phone.
Wait, there was something in that sentence that I feel like you need to further elaborate on.
So back in 2013, investigators had a bunch of downloaded data from Dave and Liz's phone.
No, I get that in the sentence you just said.
Okay.
In the sentence you just said that she sent it to Dave.
Well, Dave received a picture, but it's not like it said from liz@gmail.com. It was from a different account that at the time he obviously didn't know was Liz's account.
Yeah.
It was probably a fake email account that had some version of Cari's name. But once they start digging, so they see, like, oh, Dave got this picture in an email of a woman.
Right.
And then once they start digging, because they also have information from Liz's phone, they find the same picture on Liz's phone, which maybe, like, she opened his email on her phone and downloaded it or something. There's a lot of different ways your phone can have a picture. But they confirm that it was actually her phone that took the picture.
Was it Cari?
We don't know. I don't know. They didn't say. But they have, but Liz has pictures of Cari's car. She has a picture of a woman tied up in a trunk, okay? So they're still just gathering evidence at this point. So detectives also thought that it was suspect that the day before she is shot, she mentions to cops, oh, did you know Dave's gun is missing? And then the next day, the absolute next day, she's shot, okay? And when she had tried to pin it on Amy, her being shot, she tried to say, oh, I think Amy did it. Amy had, like, a rock-solid alibi. Like, there was no way Amy shot Liz. When they were still, like... Okay, she's so loud. Okay, so when they were still, like, quote-unquote, working with Liz, and they asked, like, can we get more info from your phone, you know, the stuff that you've been receiving from Amy, like, we need to gather this evidence. So along with all of the fake accounts that they already kind of knew about from the info they got from 2013, they also find an app that lets you schedule messages to be sent, which would explain why... if Dave and Liz were in a room, it's not like Liz was on her phone, all of a sudden they both get a bunch of crazy messages from Cari.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. When they told Liz, like, okay, we need more information if we're going to arrest Amy, they were definitely, like, setting Liz up, because they told her, we believe you, we think it's Amy, but if we're going to arrest her, we need, like, X, Y, and Z. And when she comes back with the emails, it's like exactly X, Y, and Z, like exactly what they needed. And the emails are also very incredibly specific with details that only the murderer would know.
Right.
about
right.
Carrie's death. They also had other evidence implicating Liz in Carrie's murder. Like I said, they had checked Carrie's car like 3 years ago, but apparently not very well, because when they checked it again, they find bloodstains. And it's like, how did you miss bloodstains?
Yeah.
Like, come on,
seriously.
man. They definitely were not interested in actually trying to find Carrie in the beginning. Like, they definitely assumed this woman had just, like, left.
See, I was going to say, it makes... That's why I was wondering about the picture, like, earlier when you had said that he had that picture on the phone and that it came from her device, whatever. It's like, in the beginning, I can understand if it looks like she is... And I say I can understand, not that I agree with. I want to make that very clear. But I can understand when it looks like someone took off or just needed to get away or disappear or something like that, right? But then if there's these other things, like if Dave had gotten a photo like that, did he turn that in? Something like that.
Right.
And also if they're checking, so if they're checking her car and they think she just ran away, it's like... They're just checking materialistically. They're not doing a full-on investigation.
Right.
Where if it was like we think she's actually missing, we have to look further, we're going to run all the tests.
Exactly.
You have to run all the tests.
Exactly. So. Like, don't half-ass the investigation just because it doesn't matter what. You need to follow, like, the evidence, right? Like, come on, man. So yeah, so they must have done a half-assed job checking her car because now 3 years later they find the bloodstains. And remember that they find a fingerprint, but at the time they didn't match it to anyone. Well, now they match it to Liz. So they can put
did they?
Liz.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, come on, right? Which is so crazy because, like, you would think in 2013, hey, we found this fingerprint. Okay, we don't have a match. It happened, like...
Someone's in my house.
Hello? Hello? Who was it?
That was super weird. I don't know. Because from, like, where I'm sitting, it, like, totally looked like I thought, like, I saw someone walking down the hall.
What?
And the dog was stopped dead in her tracks staring that way. But I don't see anyone.
I don't like that.
It really fucking freaked me out. I know.
I don't like that.
Like, I saw someone, it looked like was walking like that, and then the dog was wherever she was, like, right...
Staring
there?
At where the...
Staring that way. Yeah. But she didn't bark or nothing. That was creepy as fuck. I'm sorry. Whew! That got my heart beating.
Yeah.
I legit thought someone was in my house.
Now I'm just going to be staring at that corner of your screen.
Had to have been a shadow from something, I guess.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe she walked that way and saw her own shadow. I don't know.
Maybe that's what it was. She freaked herself out.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. The other thing that they find in the car, right, is like the fingerprint that they didn't match to back in 2013. Now all of a sudden it matches Liz. And the annoying kind of thing about that is, like, back in 2013 you found a fingerprint. It's not like there's so many people there's this small group of people that is probably, like, related to the case. Dave, who are your close contacts? It shouldn't have been, oh, we have no idea who it matched to. Okay. So the other piece of information that is the big thing that they find during this time, which is kind of like this is kind of like the smoking gun. They find an SD card that had gone into one of Liz's tablets, and they find deleted images, and it's one of Carrie's decomposing body.
What?
Yeah. So the crazy thing is, right, that's been there. I mean, so I don't know if that piece of evidence had been in, like, custody all along, but it was out there. So back in 2013, if they had done a thorough investigation, like, they probably would have found it back then.
Right.
With all this evidence, they arrest Liz, and she actually pushes for, like, just a bench trial, just like a trial of a judge, not a jury trial, because her and her lawyer think, oh, there's no body. This is all circumstantial evidence.
Yeah.
Like these pictures and finding Liz's fingerprint in Carrie's car. All of this stuff is circumstantial. So they think, okay, no body. Who's she barking at? What was she barking at?
I don't know, but she's got
Oh
me
my
skittish
God.
as fuck.
I don't like this. I'm almost done. As soon as I'm done, you
sorry.
just need to, no. As soon as I'm done, you just go hang out at your neighbor's house. Because that's freaking me out too.
Well, it's crazy too because when I had all three girls here, I have the Ring doorbell and my doorbell went off. Or not Ring, but one of the...
Yeah.
And the doorbell went off and I looked down and there's a dude standing there, but he's facing the street. Like, he's not looking at me, right?
Okay.
So he's facing the street and I go down there and I look out and he's still facing the street. So I barely open the door. I put my foot on the door, like...
Yeah.
Like,
Bracing it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And he, like, turns and I go, can I help you? And he's like, something about wanting to mow my lawn. Or rake the leaves. Sorry, rake the leaves. And he didn't have a rake. He didn't have anything with him.
Did you
And
tell him,
then
get the
I
fuck
was
out
like-
of here? I'm going to get my gun right now.
I did not. But I was like, oh, no, thank you. We're fine. I do all of that myself. And I should have said my husband does all of that himself.
You should have. You
but
should have said,
I-
oh, no,
I
my
didn't.
husband will be home in 15 minutes, and he's going to do it when he gets home. Like,
Yeah.
oh, my God.
No, but I mean, I was like, no, I do all of that on my own or whatever. I don't know exactly what I said. And then
Yeah.
he was like, oh, okay. And then so he, like, goes down and he looked fucking weird as shit. And I've never seen him around here. But, so, of course, I have 37,000 windows in my house. I followed him through the windows, and he was carrying, like, a black bag, like, as if he had, like, drinking in it or whatever, like a black bag or whatever. He didn't have a rake. He didn't have stuff. But, I think that's why it makes me even more skittish, because I'm just over here like,
Yeah.
who wants some? Who wants some? Like,
Yeah.
meh. Anyways,
Okay.
after you do this, I'm going to do a thorough, clean sweep of it all
Okay.
with my machete in my hand.
Yes. So Liz, they think, like, there's no body. They can't find there's no body. This is all circumstantial evidence. But regardless of that, Liz Golyar is convicted of first-degree murder and second-degree arson for setting her own house on fire, right?
Yeah. Dumb bitch.
And she's sentenced to life in prison without possibility of parole. So that's in 2017. So that is 5 years. 5 years after she stabbed Carrie to death in Carrie's own car and then spent the next 3 years sending what they calculated 15,000 emails and 50,000 text messages posing as Carrie over that time period to, like, cover up that she had killed her, and I think also to get closer to Dave, right? All of this relates back to Dave, right? So she was, like, committed. This woman spent all this time. When they calculated it out, they think that it took her 40 to 50 hours a week. So, like, a full-time job of sending those texts and doing all those things. Not to mention, she burned down her own freaking house, killing her own pets. And if you recall, she shot herself in the leg.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Shot herself. What a dumb idiot.
I know.
That's why I said, when you said that, I was like, no, bitches, they do too much.
Yes, bitches be crazy. So that's what's the craziest thing. So a couple crazy things about this case. First of all, Liz, this woman, wow, you have a lot of audacity to be, like, doing all this stuff. Second, I think it's absolutely crazy that this happened in 2012 and it took them until 2015. And it seems like is as soon as they started looking into this, it was very clear what was going on.
Right.
So the fact that it took 2 years, like,
any of
everything's
us
just
would have
sitting.
known.
Exactly. So it's so crazy. But a little bit of kind of happiness I guess you could say, after all this.
There's happiness?
Well, just a little bit. Obviously, the whole thing is a shit show, but in 2020, they did start the Cari Farver Memorial Scholarship. And it was established to keep Cari's memory and her legacy of kindness alive by supporting students who were attending the Iowa Western Community College in pursuit of a career in information technology. Because remember, she was a computer programmer. Yeah. So the scholarship page says this: Cari Farver was a vibrant, talented, and caring person. Her friends and family remember her courageous spirit and love of life fondly. Although Cari's life ended abruptly, her indomitable spirit lives on in the hearts and minds of those who knew her best. And now, Cari's passion for helping others is celebrated in the form of a scholarship fund at the Community Foundation for Western Iowa. Each year, the scholarship will benefit an information technology student studying at Iowa Western Community College. So, there's that, which is really sweet.
Right. Yeah, that is necessary.
Yeah, so it's nice. And then they also had a couple articles about her son. You know, he lost his mom. And teenage years are freaking hard enough. But you lose your mom, you don't know what's going on because for 2 years, all of this is just up in the air, right?
Well, and then, like, with him, it's like, it's so sad too because, I mean, yes, those years are crucial, but it's like, it's how I would see it is, oh, that's so sad to even think about. But, like, if she left, if she ran away, she abandoned me, she left me.
Yeah.
That sucks. That is such a hard thing to think about, to feel, you know? And then if she was taken or she was kidnapped or she was murdered or whatever it may be, oh my gosh, you know? So one is a choice, one is not, and they both freaking are awful. Right. So that just breaks my heart. And to know he got those responses.
Yeah, you really, really feel for him. You really, really feel for her mom who filed that missing persons and was like, you guys need to look into this. And they're like, oh, no, she's probably just off her meds. And the mom is like, no, guys, like, hello. So, like, you really feel for them. But the son is thriving. He actually ended up going into computers like his mom. So that's really sweet. But craziness, absolute craziness. It was so, because I had first heard a little bit about this story, but I didn't know all of the evidence that they'd been sitting on. And I was just, it really frustrated me because I was like, there was no reason that this had to be dragged out for 2 years. 2 friggin' years. Yeah. 3 years. But that is the story of Cari Farver.
Yeah, that is wild. So now that you've made it through, I've definitely heard the story. I feel like there were definitely things also that I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know? But what a psycho person. Like,
psycho,
What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people?
Crazy.
And to be so controlling, possessive, territorial, whatever the words are, about someone who you're not even technically dating. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's not okay no matter what, but he told you no, you know? Oh my gosh.
That's what's so crazy.
That girl had nothing to do with you.
Nope.
No. That is so sad.
Yeah, so sad.
Well, I'm really glad that she has that foundation and that you know, set up for her son and stuff like that because it's so small. But, I mean, it goes a long way. And
it does.
I hate all of that, so.
Yeah. The other thing that I kept thinking about during this was Liz, this woman who is committing 40, 50 hours a week to this frickin' ruse of being Cari. She has 2 kids of her own. Are you not busy enough, woman? Like, I feel so bad for those kids.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, right? So, like, their lives turned upside down as well. Like, their house set on fire. Their pets die.
And their pets, yeah.
Right? Because their mom is weirdly obsessed, stalkering this random dude that she met on an online dating app. Like, it sucks.
And then, I mean, she at some point even turns it and tries to target and blame Amy.
And she has 2 kids. Yeah.
She's like, no, I've been gone. I've been out of the picture. Like, you don't get to bring me back into this.
Yep.
No, thank you.
Yep.
That would be me.
Exactly.
Anything ever happened with Annie?
Exactly.
You know,
It's like,
anyone
no.
ever tried to be like, oh,
No.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, that is a wild one. It just shows, like, there is no casual dating around here. Just kidding. But you know what I mean? Someone always has more going on. You think everything's fine. You think everything's chill. Oh, yeah, we're all on the same page. No one's ever on the same page. No, I'm just kidding. Some people can do it. I don't know how. But that girl, she's insane. But she is locked up. She's a lifer, right? Without
life
possibility
sentence,
of
without
parole.
possibility of parole.
Okay.
Without possibility of parole. So she will stay there until the end of her days. I just hope that she has restrictions on who she can and cannot contact while she's in prison, because she spent 2 years harassing these people. So you really hope that she doesn't have the opportunity to continue that on the inside, because it's insane.
Right. That's nasty. All right, Tempe, it's your time. It's your turn. It's your turn.
What do you want to say to the podcast, Temperance? Okay. All right. Good to know. Thank you, baby.
Well, thanks, Tempe. Well, thank you for that. And, here we are just doing the mom thing.
Doing the mom thing. Oh, my gosh.
Gotta make it work. We've had to pause at least, realistically, like 13 times.
I was going to say at least 10, like, for sure, between the two of us.
It wasn't even Tempe's fault. It was computer malfunctions and my house being...
Well, now you have to go around and check your house. So let's make sure you do that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, should I get my neighbor?
You should. Don't do it alone.
That was creepy as fuck. That was creepy as fuck. Now I'm going to grab my machete. I'm going to go to every room.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely go around, check it, and then just go hang out at your neighbor's house for the rest of the night.
She's too hungover. I can't hang over there today. Fucked her up last night. Whoops. I didn't fuck myself up. I gave her this sweet wine that was open the other night. It was like in my fridge, and she came over. I asked her. I went over there to deliver lemon bars. So Kenzie wanted to make lemon bars. She didn't like them. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not trying to eat a whole ass tray of lemon bars, let me tell you, because I will. But I've already gained like 15 pounds. No, thank you. So I said, you guys want some lemon bars? She's like, oh, yeah, we love lemon bars. So we went over there. I said, we're not hanging out.
Yeah.
We're dropping off the lemon bars. We're coming home. So, of course, we hung out for 2 hours.
Of course you did.
While we were there, I was like, oh, also I made, like, Brussels sprouts, mushrooms, stuff like that. I have leftovers. Do you guys want them? And she was like, oh, my God, I love Brussels sprouts. Bring them over. So she came with me. When she came with me, I was like, oh, do you want this wine? Because we opened it on Halloween, but I don't drink sweet wine. And it was a Lambrusco. It was, like, super sugary. And she was like, oh, yeah, I'll take it. And I looked at her and I said, okay, don't drink it tonight.
Yeah.
Don't drink it tonight, because she was already drinking whiskey. And I'm like, don't drink it tonight. She drank the whole bottle.
Of course she did.
So, yeah, I was like, she drank the whole bottle. So then just now I texted her and I was like, feel free to kick Kenzie out. And then I said, because they're remodeling their house. So their house is like under construction. It's completely under construction this whole time. So I told her, I was like, feel free to kick Kenzie out no matter what. And then I said, when I'm done recording, I can either come over there or you can come over here. And she's like, I'm going to sit on my couch and do nothing. Kenzie's fine. And I was like, I get it. She's like,
say no more.
It's not okay all day. And I'm like, feel you. So
that sweet wine will fuck you up, man. It's all that sugar.
Yeah, I don't mess with that stuff.
Yeah.
At all.
Don't blame you.
So
that was Cari Farver with our special guests, hosts of Tempe and Derby, all up in our episode.
And my ghost. And my whoever's in my house.
I don't like that, but
I don't like it. But
yeah.
Here we are.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed kind of getting back to the crime on that one. I think our plan is to just sprinkle in crime, like once a month or so, but we know you guys are enjoying the mom topics, so we will continue on with the mom topics. If you guys have any additional topics that you want to hear, make sure you're hitting us up. WhineTimeMoms@gmail.com or obviously you know where to find us on TikTok and Instagram.
Yes, you do. Wine_time_pod. That is where we be at. And I just am constantly on there. You guys just have no idea how much time I spend on there. Come spend your time with me. No, I'm trying to get as much engagement and, interaction as possible. With that said, when we're talking about different upcoming episodes, we are going to be recording a postpartum episode. So I have posted a lot on social media recently, just trying to get some kind of conversations out of you guys. Feel free, still send in your stories, message us, text us, whatever it is. The first part is just going to be kind of information and, I shouldn't say that's just what it is. It's going to be an informational one. Right. And then part 2 will be our stories, your stories, all the stories. So if you've got any, send them our way. It's gonna
please share. Rachel and I both have definite stories to contribute to the whole 4th trimester postpartum stuff, and obviously we hope that our stories help any listeners, especially with postpartum, make it feel like you're not alone out there. But that's why we ask other listeners to share, because there are some things that other people may have gone through that we necessarily haven't gone through, but will help somebody else. So for sure. And it's cathartic, y'all. Like, talking about it helps. I mean, right. if you're ready, it really does help. And this is a safe space to do that. So for sure, send us your stuff.
Bring it on. Send it in. But yeah, with that said, it's coming. We also got some really other amazing, inspirational episodes coming your way.
Yes.
It's exciting. We are exciting. We're loving every second. Hopefully you are too. If you are, remember, we need those stars. 5-star rating stars. I was like, why did I say it like that? I'm hyper. 5-star ratings. Also reviews. We love it. And then just say hi to us. Say hello, because we want to see you and talk to you. But yeah, till next week. Until next week, we will talk
next
to you
time.
later.
This has been Wine Time.
Wine time. Ooh, that was good. We harmonized. Kicked off.
Man.
All right, yeah, that's it, though.
Okay,
I'll talk to you later, my beautiful host. All right.
Talk to you later. Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.